Hey guys, welcome to my channel and to part 2 of this vegetable garden makeover. I started this project off by transferring the soil that I purchased in 5-gallon buckets to different areas of the vegetable garden. I just used the gallon buckets that I had, but if you have a wheelbarrow, this step will definitely go a lot faster. I purchased 5 cubic yards of planting mix from Texas Pure Products. Their planting mix is composed of compost, washed river sand, and topsoil. I purchased this particular soil since it was recommended for vegetable gardening, and I knew I would use the remaining soil in my raised beds. As I tried to make the area level, I would go around with my level and a 2x4 post to see how big of a gap there was or how much soil I needed to add. After I placed buckets of soil throughout the area, I then went in with a lawn leveling rake to get it as smooth as possible and to fill in with soil if there were any low spots. After I got the area level, I started making the raised beds. I have a previous raised bed video that I put a little bit more design to it, but these ones I just wanted them to be simple. For the layout of the raised beds, I decided to make 8 4-foot by 2-foot beds, 2 1.5-foot by 2-foot beds, and then 2 U-shaped beds that are 4.5 feet by 3.5 feet. I started off by making the 4x2 beds. I used 6-foot long by 6-inch wide cedar fence pickets that were flat top, so they're the ones that are straight across instead of having the dog-eared. I was able to get a 4-foot piece and a 2-foot piece out of one picket, so ended up using 2 pickets per raised bed. I cut my 2x3 cedar fence rails down to 6 inches, and that's what I will use to connect my fence pickets together. Each fence rail is 8 feet long, and I needed a total of 3 to do all of my raised beds. I used 1 5/8 of an inch outdoor screws to attach the 2x3 fence rails to each side of the 2-foot boards. I then use my clamp to kind of hold everything in place and then attach the 4-foot boards to the 2-foot boards. For the U-shaped raised bed, I attached the 6-inch post to either side of the 3.5-foot and 2.5-foot boards. I then laid out all my pieces and then attached the 3.5-foot board to the 4.5-foot board, which is the back of my raised bed. I then attached the 1.5-foot boards to the 2-foot and 3.5-foot board. Lastly, for the center fence picket, I made it 1.75 feet long so it could attach to the post that was connected to the 2-foot board. For one U-shaped bed, I used about 3.5 pickets, and each picket cost me $4, so it cost me around $14 for one U-shaped bed. Once I had my raised beds built, I then positioned them where I wanted them to be, and then when it got dark, I went back out with my laser to make sure they were all straight and in line. The next day, I filled the bottom half of the beds with 2 buckets full of the planting mix that I purchased. And then for the top half, I filled it with a compost peat moss perlite blend that I normally mix on my own. And that's 50% compost, 30% peat moss, and 20% perlite.